We're now listening to Wealthy Sistas Radio Show. We're now listening to Wealthy Sistas with Deborah Hartnett.
Welcome to Wealthy Sistas Radio. I'm Deborah Hartnett. This is a space for thoughtful conversation with founders, leaders, and creatives building with purpose and intention. Talk less, say more. Secrets of Nonverbal Sales Influence, featuring none other than Linda Clemmons, CEO of Sistapreneur Inc. We're going to talk about in this high impact episode of Wealthy Sistas today, like I said, with none other than the international sales expert, self-certified body language decoder and powerhouse CEO of Sistapreneur Inc. Linda is going to take us deep into the world of nonverbal communication and show us how to close more deals with fewer words. Whether you're leading a team, pitching a client, or presenting on stage, this conversation will completely change how you think about influence. With clients generating over $2 billion in sales, Linda shares practical strategies you can use immediately to elevate your presence, sharpen your instincts, and sell like a top performer. I promise you, she's done it. She's documented. I am so excited to have my big sister. I mean, I could, She's been there in some trench times with me. You never want to forget her. As I said, worldwide, internationally known, recognized all over the stratosphere. My big sister, Linda Clemmons. Welcome.
Welcome, little sister. First of all, let me tell you this. With that introduction, I can either do one or two things. I can either mail you a check, direct deposit a check, wire a check, or take you on the road with me to be the mistress, the master of ceremony. Thank you for the introduction, the edification. And I want to also acknowledge and, of course, let the audience know as that if they don't already know, you are a legend in yourself in your quest to continue to empower women and empower individuals. You've been doing this for a long time from the heart. You know, every time I watch the news, and I have to be able to see the good and understand what's going on with what's conflicted. But anytime I hear or see anything regarding a plane ride, girlfriend, I think of the time when you and I were going. When we're calling on the Savior, if you will.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
if I recall, Deborah, I thought we had a female captain. Wasn't a female captain on
It
that
was
plane?
female captain. That's right. You're right. You are
So
so
we
right.
so to
In
the sisters
Denver.
out there, we had a competent crew, baby. We had a competent crew. But my little sister and I, we were holding each other's hands. If you've ever been on a roller coaster ride, if you have at an amusement park, or a roller
Right,
coaster ride in life.
right.
Sometimes it's good to have someone to hold on to. And then,
Yeah.
again, I honor and thank you for just what you are doing out there. You know, as a sales expert and as a nonverbal communications expert, I believe, Deborah, one of the things, and to all the wealthy sisters out there that are listening, I believe that one of the things that helped me be successful and to flourish and thrive and prosper in those areas. And it's so important for those that are listening. And I know if you are listening and you've been listening to this program, you know to come ready to take notes, be it electronic notes or written notes. And you know, written notes are the most powerful ones when you write it down because the brain retains more of it and what's important. But one of the things that's so critical that helped me flourish in my industry and in every industry that I've been in the sales arena is being able to have this little tool right here. And everyone listen very carefully. Being able to learn how to hear the
Mm.
inaudible, and see the invisible. Now, what does that mean, Linda? I'm going to repeat it again. Hear the inaudible. What that means is that I know my sister knows me. If Deborah was to call me up and say, hey, big sis, how you doing? And I go like this, girl, I'm doing okay. If she knows me, even though the words, and everyone say, according to the communication study that was done 50 years ago out of UCLA by Dr. Maharobian, the words, according to his study, is 7% of our communication. So even if Deborah heard the words, yeah, sis, I'm doing okay. The tonality, according to the study, is 38%. So if
Mm-hmm.
my tonality is 38%, there's a saying that goes, it's not what you say, y'all, but how you say it. But I'm going to remix that baby. It's not what you say or how you say it. It's what they hear.
Mm.
So when my sis calls me up and says, hey, yeah, how you doing, girl? How you doing, sis? I'm doing okay, Deborah. She says, wait a minute, I'm getting in it. Something ain't right. No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. I'm okay. She
Mm-hmm.
hears it in the tone. And that's what I mean, being able to hear the inaudible. See, because even though the words were prominent, but the inaudible part of it is the feeling and the emotion behind the words, not the sound. So you hear the words, yeah, I'm okay. The tone wasn't right. So now Deborah's investigating. My sis ain't right. So why
Mm-hmm.
was she investigating? Because y'all make note of this. She knows my norm. FBI, CIA, all of those, they'll call it norming. They'll also call it baseline. And y'all write that down. Baseline is who the person is. Their main, their base. Under normal circumstances when there's not any stress. It's their norm. It's their norm. So Deborah heard the inaudible, not the part that I'm doing okay. She heard that tone, though. The tone wasn't right. Because I'm not, girl, honey, I'm blessed by the best, girl, blessed by the best. I didn't say that I was off base. So she heard what was not being said because I was off base. That's key. It could confuse you. Don't get it twisted, y'all, because I said the words. I'm okay. The tone wasn't right. She had the sensitivity, the emotional intelligence to know, wait. Yeah, I heard her say I'm okay. Tone was jacked up. Okay. And if I was in person, she would have saw my shoulders slump down, my head just down towards the right or just down towards the middle. She would have saw me wringing my hands, but she felt it through the phone. So why am I saying this? If you're in sales and you're negotiating and you're connecting with your client, it is very critical to build rapport. Why do you build rapport? You build rapport so that you can get an indication of their base, of their norm. So according to the study, 7% words, 38% tonality, and 55% is nonverbal. So guess what? Even though she didn't see me, she's saying, wait a minute, my girl's off base. Because every time I call her, she'll go like this. Linda will go like this. How you doing, girl? Honey, I'm blessed by the best. Tone is up. So she knew it was, and she's probably thinking, I know how Linda is if I see her in person and she's worried, she start wringing them little hands. She'll start rubbing her leg like grandma used to do when grandma was worried. So when I say to you all to learn how to hear the inaudible, it's directed towards the nonverbal.
You know what? Okay, we can end the show right now. And it is so important what you're talking about. Just that the 7%. And just repeat that the 7% are words. The words are only 7%. 38% we know the tonality. Just visualize the pie, right? And
Mm,
55% nonverbal. One of the things you just mentioned is the importance of connecting with your client.
come
I
on.
want okay, so if we're speaking to different generations and we're speaking to as we have to now, there's a merging of the workforce. So we've got our generation, and then we've got what is the millennials and Gen Zs and all of that. This converged on the workforce. One of the things that I recognize and I share with my daughters is it's so important to connect with people. That connection piece is missing. We don't have that because of social media, the phones, and all those things. It's kind of removed that natural, innate ability for us to connect. Can you kind of give the foundation on that and then expand on the point of what you're saying? Because if people don't know, we need to connect in sales and not just automatically on passing my card out or I want to sell you something. And they're not, it's like bend me over. They're not, no type of foreplay or nothing. It's just, that's what people expect and not knowing that you have to connect. If I'm making sense, sis, to
Okay,
you.
so listen, just like you, this I'll say our our generation, because young people are different generation. They're different. Hey, if I like you, you meet me, and lots of times they would hook up quickly. When I say hook up, meaning intimately, sexually. Back in our mother's days, baby, you got to court me, baby. You got
Right.
to court me. You got to connect with me. Well, even today, doesn't matter whether you're old school, new school, or the developing school, or someone try to build a school. It doesn't matter. The thing is, it is the rapport and the connection that you have to make. Let me tell you something. If you forget to pay your utility bill, if you forget to pay your light bill, guess what would happen? You could have a mansion, you could live in a shack, you could have a little small apartment, or just living on somebody's back. But baby, if the power is disconnected, I don't care if it's the Taj Mahal, I don't care if it's the skyscraper in New York. If the power is disconnected, then the light won't come on. So if you don't make that connection, then you won't light up the part of the brain in the midbrain area, the feel good part of the brain, where they begin to connect with you. That's why we build rapport. See, here's the thing. Even if why is it, I want everybody to ask themselves this question. Why is it when I get up in the morning, and you all are listening, you're going to go to the mall because you're looking for an outfit because you got your killer presentation coming up, or you got a big sales meeting, or you have somewhere you go that you want to make a great first impression. The bottom line is you're going to the mall to be able to buy an outfit. So that is your intention. So Deborah, what you gonna get, girl? I need a new blouse. You say you need a blouse or something, like I need a new top. I saw this color, the new lilac. I saw the green. I want to do that. So we are going there intentional with what we want to do. We're wanting to buy something for our end goal, for the presentation of our life, our $1 million presentation. Watch this. Soon as you go into the mall, you'll say, oh, let's go by that boutique, Chez Chez La Vie. I'm just making up a name, y'all. Chez Chez La Vie. I said, girl, let's go by Chez Chez La Vie. So we go by Chez Chez La Vie. We walk in and we see in the window all of your colors, the lilac, the beautiful green. And I said, girl, they even got the primary colors. They got the Mother Earth colors. They've got this. So we're excited because our intention, watch this now, y'all, and listen up. The intention was to get a new outfit. Watch. Why is it, family, that when we walk in, Deborah, why, when the sales clerk, just going to help us deliver our little intention, says,
Uh-huh.
hey there, welcome to Chez Chez La Vie. Welcome to Chez Chez La Vie. How may I help you? And what do people normally say when the sales clerks? No, 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 I'm just what? Looking. The
Looking.
reason why you say, no, 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 I'm just looking, because the part of the brain, you are not ready to part with your money. You are not ready to be sold. But Deborah, what if the sales clerk said, "Oh, by the way, as you are perusing through the store, make sure you go to the back on the shelf is the scarves that every actress in Hollywood has been trying to get, and we only have a few left in the most popular colors." Now, what she did, she said something that piqued our interest to create an instant connection. Then you're gonna say, "What? Where is it?" See, but remember, you walked in and she asked us, "Hi, may I help you?" And you said, no, 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 I'm just looking. Our intention was to go buy something, but you are not ready to be sold. Why am I saying that? It's because it is critical that you go through, and it sounds old school, you've got to go through that courting stage to build the rapport, to create that warmth, to get them out of the part of the brain, that limbic system, the amygdala, where we house the emotions of the fear, fight, flight. Like, I know somebody trying to get my money. They're trying to get their commission right now. No, baby, you came up in my house. You came up to shit la vie for something. So the rapport is critical. Many of you, this is what you do. And Deborah, you've had mastery in this industry. Um, in affiliate or network marketing, right? And check this out, Deborah. You can tell a neophyte or new person, you can tell when they approach you if they're in network marketing by the way they approach you. You can just
Correct.
tell from the tone. What is
Correct.
about the tone? See, the
Right.
tone goes up a certain level, the tone regarding the opportunity. And someone would say, is this one of those? And I hate to put it on Amway, but they used to say, is this one of those Amway things? Only
Hmm.
because of the approach. You have to build an authentic and create an authentic, genuine connection so that they can get out of that fear place that this person's trying to get my money. That's why it's important to build the rapport, create the connection. Some sales process call it rapport building, others call it a warm up. Others may call it an engaging process. Whatever your protocol is, it is critical to build that warm up. Because I know the way I was raised, if a brother would say, look, I'm looking at you across the room and you looking at me. We know what the end result is going to be. I know what the end result is going to be. So what if the brother say, skip the burger, skip the expensive meal, let's go up the hill to where my room is and do this. No, 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 no. I'm old school, baby. You got to court me. Oh, and Granny would say, you got to wine and dine, and you can't just be fine. You got to be able to be in a position to show that you can handle your business and handle me. So there is a process in that.
It
And
is a
that's why you build the rapport to get to get your client out of the fearful state and into the comfortable state that it is a partnership. I know that's a long answer, but baby, that's just a Costco sample that I'm able to give you in the time that we have.
absolutely, and that is so on point. It is so on point. Just taking that time to understand that you have to build that rapport. Now, one of the things you said, using that example with the sales clerk, if she had said, hey, we got these scarves in the back, everybody's looking for them, all the top actresses in Hollywood, they have them, and we only have a few left. That's definitely going to connect because you set the stage earlier that we were looking for this outfit for our presentation.
Thank you for tuning into Wealthy Sistas Radio Part 1 episode of Talk Less, Sell More, Secrets of Nonverbal Sales Influence. Please click the link below to listen to Part 2.
The opinions of our guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions of our hosts, staff, or partners of Wealthy Sistas Radio.